Hey guys, Michael J. Solar here, and welcome to another episode of Stuck in a Truck. So as you guys know, we're dealing with the COVID-19 quarantine. Everyone's stuck in home. I'm stuck, obviously, in home, in my truck, everywhere in the world. So let's just break some things down. One is that, as we talked about in past episodes, is that it was time to research, experiment, get more education, and try things new. And what I'm doing is I've taken time to learn a little bit about some of the softwares to help build my business into a whole new light. So what we're trying today is some Facebook Live stuff for a couple of reasons. One, I have really bad anxiety over doing this. So this one's really hard for me to do live because of the fact that now I can't edit any mistakes or reshoot anything that if I stumble on words or I cuss, like if the people that really know me know I cuss all the time. So now that I'm doing that, this is a major experiment for me. So with that being said, I'm going to fill you in on some of the things that I'm working on as we give some time here, because this is a little bit different than normal. So Blue Line Canine, a company that I'm the founder, CEO of, currently master dog trainer. We have some phenomenal team members that have been doing hell of a work right now, keeping things going and moving forward with stuff with our dogs and offering new opportunities to people. So as you know, we can't do group lessons and we can't do in-home lessons because of the quarantine. But we are able to do day-in trains and we are able to do board-in trains. Now, what we've done is we've created a day-in train program that allows people to drop their dogs off during the day at work while they go and work, or if they're at home, it gives them a break, allows us to train your dog. We shoot videos of it, and then we're going to be sending them to the owner so that way they can do the follow-through on their own. This is something that we've gotten into. We're looking for software so that way we give a membership and get more of an online system going. But again, this is something I'm working towards. So with this Stuck in a Truck now, why I bring this up is not just because I want to talk about Blue Line Canine, but more importantly is because of the fact that I've been telling everybody for the past few weeks is that this is not a time for us to be depressed, stressed, and all those other things, but it's a time for us to have a rebirth. It's time to take that little bit of time that we have and saying, let me read the book, let me get educated, let me try something new. So me and my team at Blue Line Canine, we are trying something new, which is getting the training online so we can offer more, keep getting the results to our dog training clients, getting clients just in general, helping other businesses. Right now, I've had other businesses contact me. I've been giving them advice as well. And again, we're doing this for the business stuff. I'm doing it absolutely free. So if you do own a business and you're looking for some advice on how to get through this quarantine stuff and how your business is affected, please feel free to message me. I'll be happy to help you through it and give you some marketing strategies and tips and how you can move forward through this time and through the other one. But this video in particular, my talking point, as I always have, is some sort of talking point. And right now, in this one, I just want to tell everybody to stop being afraid of what's going on. Like I said before, we have no control over everything that's going on. If you're in Maryland, you listened to Governor Hogan talk yesterday that we're about to hit our peak. And then, we're going to start moving forward, because obviously if we hit our peak, then we're on a way out, right? Then we have an exit strategy. We're moving forward. And a lot of people just don't know where the peak, what that really means. That is a halfway point. When you think of a peak, the peak is the halfway, right? So you can only go up to the mountain to the top, and that's the peak. Then you got to come back down. So that means they're trying to say that we're about to hit the highest point. That means the numbers are starting to come down, which means we can start getting ready for normality, which means start getting ready for being normal again. Start getting ready for your vacation. Start planning what your future is going to be. If you're a business owner, start planning how you're going to offer more and better things to your clients. These are people that have been stuck in their homes. They're going to be wanting help. They need the help. Their dogs are going crazy. There's, for example, right now, more rescues are going to be flooded because dogs are going to be doing a lot of bad behaviors because dog trainers haven't been able to get to the homes to help them and things like that. So we have to be in this together. But more importantly, you all have to stop being afraid. Turn the news off. Give yourself a time limit with the news, maybe 5 minutes max a day, just to get the information you need. Un poquito. You don't need a whole lot of it. Honestly, if you leave it on for more than 10 minutes, you're probably just hitting repeat, and it makes you depressed, right? Go outside, sit on your porch, go out there and get some information, because this is the time that we should be planning to get excited moving forward, right? This is where we start to get pumped. hey, it's springtime in Maryland. April showers are going to bring some Mayflowers. We're going to be going out there. We're going to have some beaches. We're going to have some boating opportunities. We're going to be able to do all these things. When you listen to all the media, you listen to the president, you listen to the governors, you talk about it all. Every state's going through something similar but different, all at the same time. And when we really think about it is every day we go out there, if you have the opportunity, if you're one of the essential employees, I'm sure you've been on the road and seen just as many cars as you've seen any other day of the week prior to the COVID-19, which means people are out there. So if they're out there, they're working, it's not as bad as you're thinking it is. And I'm not trying to contradict the experts. I don't know anything about viruses. I am not a doctor in any which way. But I do know that mental stimulation is what is necessary out there. So getting yourself depressed and upset because you're stuck in the house, you can't get your hair cut, you can't do this and you can't do that, stop worrying about that stuff and start planning a new hairdo. I mean, I got some really long hair now. I mean, this is probably the first time in my life that I've actually had really long hair. I even have it really long on my face. It needs some loving, but at the same point in time, I don't sit here and go, oh man, it's so upset. Now you got to look at it going, man, I'm going to get this shaped up. I'm going to be a sexy beast when this is over. This hair, they got some room to style and move forward. And that's what you need to be doing too. You need to be focusing on what's going to happen at the end of this, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to have great opportunities. You're going to have the ability to do something huge that you've never done before. And that's what's going to be cool about this. And that's really what I want you to take from this today is to stop being afraid and start getting excited of what's coming. Because what's coming is going to be awesome. I mean, just think about it. If you ever run, the most exciting part was when it's over and you think back to what you've accomplished. And when we think about what we've accomplished as together by being quarantined, by being cleanliness, by doing those things, we're going to prevent future diseases, future problems, future stuff by being a little bit cleaner, by taking that time for doing those things. We're also helping industries out there that we've never had before. We're creating more jobs by looking for the mass, the manufacturing, and all these other things. These are little things that most people are not even paying attention to. You know, when these companies start coming up with the masks, the cleaning supplies, and all this other stuff, those manufacturers are now going to be doing that forever. So that means the old manufacturers are going to come back and continue doing those. We've just created more and more jobs. So as you can see, this is a negative scenario that also has some positives coming out of it. So as much as we know we're stuck at home and we're doing nothing and we've watched every Netflix show there is, or Amazon Prime, whatever service you have, just remember at the end of this, you're going to be 10 times further ahead than you've ever been before, because this is that time to read that book and get ahead. So I talked about last week doing the compound effect. Now, if you guys, whoever had the opportunity to read the compound effect or start it, there's also an audio on it. It's a great read or it's a great listen. It really does explain how if you take one little baby step a day, in the right direction, everything will compound in the directions that you want it to go. And that's really what I'm going to suggest for you guys to take the time to do now. If you're working from home, you know, and you have your dogs, and there's a dog training tip here, and you find that they're becoming a little bit more annoying or maybe more comfortable with you. The biggest thing to remember is that you will be going back to work. So you want to make sure that your dogs have that same routine in place, because if not, when you go back to work, they're going to buck the system and they're going to start, you know, acting out and acting bad because they've gotten desensitized to stuff. Now, that's pretty much my thought for the day. I know it wasn't long. This is the first time, like I said, live videos get me extremely nervous because I can't edit anything out. So I'm going to get off here. But before I do that, I want to offer this as a giveaway. All right. And if you guys have ever trained with me or worked with me, you know, I wholeheartedly believe in harmony, and I believe that humans and dogs are one, and that's what that's all about. So it's going to go out to anybody for free. I have one to give away. So what I would like to do is, if you guys share my page or like my page and share it with your friend and get them and they like it as well, it'll automatically put you in a running, and I will pick a winner for next week to make the announcement who wins it. So all you have to do is share and like the official MJ Solar page out there to get more people watching Stuck in a Truck, and I will hand this over to you. Guys, thank you, and I'll see you next week.